Always remember, be your Venus.
Yes.
Be your Venus.
Be your fire.
I'm obsessed with astrology. I probably looked at my birth chart for the first time last year.
I've been studying astrology since I was around 16. Like, I have a pretty casual relationship with it, and I use it a lot to like connect to my friends and my coworkers. And sometimes it's nice when you have like a crush to find out, like, where's your Venus at, baby? How do you communicate?
Christina has tried to get me into astrology. She's pulled up my birth chart. She's tried to explain it to me, but it's not something that I have ever really understood.
I'd say my style is usually pretty clean and minimal. I wear a lot of things from thrift stores, so a lot of it's vintage.
I typically wear clothes that I feel like walk themselves into a room. I love pieces that I consider like signature or statement pieces.
I tend to wear all black, but I like to layer it up, and I like to have bits and pieces that feel edgy.
Today we're gonna be meeting with Rebecca Gordon, who's been studying astrology for over a decade, and she's gonna tell us about ourselves in ways we might not have thought about before.
I'm Rebecca. I'm a professional astrologer, also columnist and author. I grew up with astrology. My stepmother's an astrologer, so since I could speak, I was learning astrology. A birth chart is a snapshot of the sky at the exact moment you were born. Nobody else in the entire planet has the same birth chart as you. When I'm doing a style chart, I take out all of the planets and I only look at three things. I look at the sun, the ascendant, which is the rising sign, and Venus. What are your staples? You probably have like 2 or 3 of them. That's your sun sign. Your rising sign tells me about how the sun sign does its job. And your Venus sign tells me about your personal magnetism, your powers of attraction. Now, I recommend everybody dress as their chart because that shows us that the inside of us is displayed on the outside.
Hi, Rebecca.
Hi, everybody. I've prepared each of your astrological charts and your personal style charts. You are all actually pretty much dressed as your chart right now. This is yours, Christina.
Ooh, pretty.
And Emily.
Ooh.
And Kuala.
Nice.
So now we're gonna be meeting with stylists who are going to actually dress us. So what do you think they should be looking for?
I'm Sam.
And I'm Lunden. And we're stylists.
My typical aesthetic is to incorporate vintage and secondhand into pretty much everything that I do.
My goal is just to make sure every client looks sexy and feel comfortable in what they wear.
First of all, let's start with your sun sign, which is a Gemini. When I think of Gemini, I think of mixed prints, fun, flirty, lots of accessories, and also always an interesting hairdo. I would recommend to our stylist to bring more Gemini in for her. I want to see more mixed prints, more fun. Gemini sun, Scorpio rising. So we're bringing in a quality of shadow here and bad girl as well.
Yeah. I like this. Bad Tina.
I see your Venus is in the sign of Taurus. Quality is everything when it comes to Taurus. I would love to see you mixing this all up in one look. You're the person that can do it.
And what about Kuala?
Sun signs Gemini, which is fun, flirty, mixed prints. You're Sagittarius rising. This is the Globetrotter look. Eclectic, bohemian jewelry from all across the globe. So your Venus sign is in Aries. Bold, powerful, and fiery Aries. I would say my challenge would be for you as well to amp up on your Venus sign. More clean lines and bold geometry.
And what about M?
Black, black, and more black. Here we're talking about the dark and powerful statement piece. The next part is your Taurus rising. This is not just any black clothes. This is top of the line, high-end designer black. Your Venus is in Sagittarius. Sagittarius brings me to world travels, bright pops of colors. I'd like to see more of a glam influence with the Taurian element. On top of that, we're gonna add in some pops of color.
Oh God.
Romance is dead for Emily.
It's true. Romance is truly dead for me, but I'm happy to try these tips.
I promise you, you're going to have so much fun with this.
In terms of getting styled by Lunden and Sam, it was really exciting to see what they picked out for me just because that outfit was something that I would never have worn myself.
So the final look that Lunden and Sam put together was so cute. I feel like it was me if I had a little bit more money and smiled more. It was just like super fun and flirty. My only negative comment on it would be that it felt like there was a lot going on. Like at one point I had like 2 bags on and a ring on every finger.
I just could never see myself wearing that red blazer. Parts parts that I did enjoy were mixing up the structure of what I was wearing. I don't usually do crop tops because I don't like to show a whole lot of my skin. They put like high-waisted pants with like a big thick belt underneath a crop top. That kind of spaced me out a little bit, made me look just a little bit taller.
She has arrived.
Even if I didn't feel totally myself in the outfit they chose for me, it did give me really good ideas of how I should tie all those elements together. I definitely want to play more with leather.
I think I dress a lot to my Sagittarius and my Gemini, so I was hoping to see a lot more of the Aries. It didn't feel like I'm a boss, I take up space, I'm courageous.
This final look that I got was most reflective of what was available for the size that I am. It was a little frustrating because I wanted that cool street style edgy moment, and I just think that it's really hard for London and Sam to find these pieces when designers don't make them. I did really like the final result. I just wish it was a little bit more street style.
Even if you don't really believe in astrology, there are elements to everyone's personality that you are particularly proud of, and with fashion, sometimes you want to highlight those parts.
You dress yourself to remind yourself how beautiful you are, and so why not have astrology walk hand in hand with that?
I thought it was interesting that Christina and Kolani and I all had very similar risings and settings and all of the different astrological elements that I knew nothing about.
Gemini, Gemini, Venus and Taurus there, and Taurus rising here.
Did we just become best friends?
I love it, we're like...
We're the craft.
When I came into this room, I didn't expect to become closer to you two, but I already am like, oh, I know so much more about you and how you walk through the world.
So many strings connected.
I know.